Hi, my name is Leah. Thank you for joining. Today we're going to do a hip opening yoga flow that's good for your lower body, your hip flexors, your inner thighs, and just works into this whole hip area. To get started, come to an easy seat, crossing your legs, and just start to get comfortable. You have the option here to sit on a block or a blanket. Just find a place where you can completely relax and start to become present on the mat. Lower your shoulders down away from your ears, extend your spine. Start to take a deep inhale, filling your belly and your lungs. And then exhale through your nose with control. Let's do a few more rounds of breath here. And when you're ready, come to a standing position. Meet in mountain pose. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Spilling over your legs, hinging at the hips. Hands can just rest down by your side. Option to reach for opposite elbows here, maybe rock a little side to side. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flatten your back, extend your head out long. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift all the way up to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, sit into chair. Imagine you're sitting in an imaginary chair. Lift your chest, lift your gaze, arms stay high, and sit down. Make sure you're still able to see your toes past your knees. Sit an inch lower. And then inhale, come to stand, lower your arms down. Step towards the front of your mat. And then take a big wide step, nice and long, spreading your legs, and come to gently sit with this wide-legged squat for goddess. Your arms can come out wide and really feel the stretch on your inner thighs, even your hip flexors. Keep your arms out long. Sit an inch lower. Inhale. Exhale, tip forward, wide-legged forward fold. Reach for opposite or reach for the same foot out long. You can have your hands on your foot or on the ground, maybe out in front of you, whatever's comfortable. And keep a slight bend in your knees here to not lock out your legs. Let your head hang and feel the elongation of your spine in this position. When you're ready, walk your hands forward, lift up halfway. Tiptoe your feet in a bit closer, but still wider than hips width. And then sit down deep into a Malasana squat. bring your hands to heart center and press into your elbows against your knees here to encourage your knees wider. Plant your hands on the ground, walk your hands over to the front of your mat, keeping your left foot planted on the ground here. Step it back a bit, drop your left knee, and come into a low lunge with your right leg forward and your left leg back. Hands can reach up overhead. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, plant your palms. Now flatten your right leg on the ground, coming into pigeon. And find a place that's comfortable, either up on your hands or lower down onto your elbows or forearms. Or if it feels good, completely lower all the way flat on the ground, keeping that right knee bent underneath your body. Inhale, press back up out of pigeon. Tuck your back toes under, lift your hips up into plank. Exhale, lower all the way down, untuck your toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips lead up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your heels. Inhale, bend your knees, hop to the top of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, tip over your legs. And then slowly roll all the way up to mountain, come to stand. Step your left foot out wide, come back into goddess, sit down into your wide squat, arms come out wide. Sit an inch lower. Inhale, lift up. Tiptoe your feet in wide and forward fold, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, walk your feet in a bit more, and then sit your hips down for Malasana squat. Arms come to heart center, hands pressed against one another. Exhale, plant your palms. This time, tip to the left. Left leg is bent in front and right leg, knees on the ground, toes untucked for a low lunge on your left side. Arms reach up overhead. Shoulders are down away from your ears. Inhale, exhale, plant your palms, bend into your left leg, flatten it on the ground for pigeon. Option to lower onto your forearms or all the way flat on the ground. Inhale, plant your hands on the ground if they weren't already there. Tuck your back toes under, lift your hips up. Left foot meets your right and go through your vinyasa. Exhale, lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, upward facing dog. Tuck your toes back under, hips lead up and back. Downward facing dog. Come down onto your knees and flip over on your back. Spread your legs out wide, wider than the width of your mat. Hinge forward at the hips and come into a wide-legged forward fold seated. The goal here is not to round our spine, but rather to keep it straight, which probably means you won't be bending very far forward. Your hands can stay on the ground, or they can be on your hips, reaching for your calves or your shins, wherever's comfortable. Inhale, lift up. Bend your knees, put your bottoms of your feet against one another for bound angle. Bring your heels in close to your body, holding on to your shins or your tops of your ankles here. Pull your ankles towards you energetically with your hands. Your chest shines forward, your shoulders are low. Inhale, using your hands to encourage your knees back up together. Scoot yourself more towards the middle of your mat and lower your upper body all the way flat against the mat. Keeping the knees bent, step your feet close to your seat. Press into all four corners of both feet. Tuck your hips up and lift for bridge. Pressing hard into your feet, even pressing into the ground with your hands. Hips are lifted, chin is tucked. Try and keep your knees in line, not letting them splay out wide. Hold for one more breath. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Bend your knees into your chest. Reach in between your legs for the outsides of each foot for happy baby. Your knees are bent and you're using your arms to pull your knees in towards the earth. You can play with straightening one leg or the other, or both. Exhale, release the grip of your feet and let your legs come out long for Shavasana. Inhale, deep exhale, sigh everything out. And when you're feeling ready, press yourself up to a seated position. You can keep your eyes closed, rest your hands on top of your knees, and just thank yourself for showing up on your mat today and putting in some love and careness for yourself. Namaste. We'll see you next time. Thank you.
I just wanted to say a special thank you to our friends at Wade Studio for letting us use their beautiful space here. If you're in the Toronto area, you should definitely check them out at wadestudio.ca.